socialtalent.tv, and I am Christy. Once again, we are behind the scenes exclusive footage getting prepared for Seattle Fashion Days. And I have Ken and Colin here, and tell us a little bit about your Kung Fu studio, is that right?
Well, we're American Karate.
Okay.
We are the American Karate Eskrima Association, and we do basically American Karate, which has been in America, traditional karate, but it's been in the Americas for about 40 years now. We also do Filipino Eskrima, which is stick fighting, sword fighting, knife fighting. And we are a practical self-defense art that is based upon today's needs. Basically, you walk out that door, there's a bad guy standing there. What can you do? And we take what you can do naturally and we enhance that with some of the best moves and best techniques of the martial arts. What gives you maximum personal protection at all times.
Absolutely, and that's really important, especially in today's economy. We know that people are struggling right now. Sometimes what we normally wouldn't expect to happen actually does happen, and you want to be prepared for those types of situations. Now, you might have a new student like me walking in, has never had any experience with martial arts before or with karate. What would you tell a new student that walks in and says, I don't know if this is for me. I don't know that I could actually really hurt somebody if it came down to it?
Well, we find out what is important to you. What are your triggers? What are the things that you feel that you would defend on? And I personally, I would fight you. I would put gloves on and we would spar and I would see where you're at. And we make it progressive and you advance at your pace. We don't push you, we don't force you. You do what you're comfortable with. And we believe that in order to learn a language, you have to start with letters. And those letters form words and those words form sentences. And we base our instruction exactly upon that foundation.
So you're really just starting at the basics for someone like me. Now, with somebody who's more of an experienced student, and I know that you're also an instructor, Colin, is that right?
Yes.
What do you enhance or build on? Because these are somebody, with you in particular, we got some great footage of you that we'll be showing a little bit later here on socialtalent.tv. But what do you do to make sure that you keep fresh with your skills and that you're constantly growing and developing with your karate?
Well, I'll even train a little bit with my students, and so if I have somebody like Mr. Torque who is experienced in martial arts coming in, I'll actually see where he's at. I'll have him hit the bags, I'll have him spar me, see where he's at, what he might need to work on.
Okay.
And then from there I can take a little bit more of an advanced approach. Instead of this is how you throw a punch, this is how you kick. This is how we can speed up your punch, this is how we can speed up your kick.
So if you were to list some of the things that you need in terms of body strength and even mental strength, what would you tell people is most important for you to walk in with? What kind of attitude, what kind of physical demeanor would you need to have?
We like to call it warrior mentality.
Okay, explain that to me.
And it's basically, you're gonna push yourself physically as far as you can and let your mind just take over and forget about how physically hurt you are and just continue to fight. And that's what we strive all of our students to do.
Okay, so it's a little bit about what we were talking about earlier, where it's 90% mental and 10% physical.
Yes, ma'am.
Is that right? So when you're looking at somebody who's really trying to push past their own physical odds, what are some things that you tell them to do in order to really strengthen the mental piece of it?
Hit stuff. Hit things, grab things, move things.
I like that.
Find out what you can do. Hit me. I'll put body armor on and let you hit me so that you get desensitized to don't hit. Because we're teaching people that it is okay to hit in certain situations. If you, as a woman, are out there on the street, you're not going to have somebody with you all the time, so you're going to have to depend upon what you can do. Making the mental decision to fight back is what we stress, and that is one of those things that only you can do, and we build you to that so that when it comes time, you've already made that decision long ago, and we just take the skills that we've taught you and teach you how to use those to enhance that decision.
That is so great. Making
a decision or deciding is actually hard. Implementing, once you've decided, that's easy.
That's the easy part. I really like that. So, if you were to talk to our viewers and some people who haven't actually gone to your class yet and help them prepare to do some things at home to protect themselves, what would some of those things be?
Go through your home and find out, first off, everywhere where a bad guy could be. Find out where could they enter your home. Also, go through your home and look at what you have in your home that could be used as weapons. A ballpoint pen. That cookie jar that Grandma got you last year. that really cool vase that's on the table that has the small neck.
That's really heavy, yeah.
That's really heavy. Know where they're at. Learn your home. Learn where the hazards and the assets are in your home.
That's
How
great
can you
advice.
use your home as a weapon?
That is really, really great advice. So we've talked a little bit about your business, and before we move on to Seattle Fashion Days, tell us, just so our viewers know, where you're located and if you have a website, what your website name is.
Yes, we are. Ooh, the website.
AKEAdojo.com.
AKEAdojo.com. We
Okay.
are in Auburn, Washington, and downtown Auburn, right next to the Justice Center, and we are the American Karate Eskrima Association of Auburn.
Fantastic. So what we're really here for today is Seattle Fashion Days, is that right?
Yes, ma'am.
Tell us how you're sponsoring and supporting Seattle Fashion Days.
Well, again, we're going to be wearing the silk kimonos that they have, and utilizing that. And well, if you're wearing that out on the street, what could you do? And,
Okay.
and you know, maybe you take it off and use it as a cape. I'm not sure. Wrap somebody up with it. Helping to promote, you know, not only the martial arts and what it is, but it is applicable everywhere in all aspects of life and in fashion.
And fashion, yeah.
Look good while you do it.
You look good while you do it.
That's what's important. You have to look good while you're fighting.
Look good while you kick butt.
That guy, he kicked my butt, but he looked good.
That is too funny. Well, you know, I really believe that what you're doing to promote Seattle Fashion Days, along with your actual applications of karate, is really going to bring a lot of awareness to women, especially because it's a big market right now for both
ma'am.
women and men in fashion. And it's really going to open the doors for what karate can be used for. And like you said, Colin, we can look good while we're
Look
doing
good
that
while
too.
you're doing it. Yes,
All right. Well,
exactly.
thank you so much. You're watching socialtalent.tv. I'm Christy. Thanks for watching.